honor. A word spoken across 10,000 worlds. 5 strangers, 10,000 worlds, one story. One seeks redemption for an unforgivable mistake. One hopes to restore the old ways and unite those long divided. One prays to a dead god, refusing silence, refusing to hide. One questions his loyalties, knowing each choice reshapes his fate. One walks the weird roads, guiding others while seeking answers of her own. The Norns have waited for this moment, when 5 paths converge in darkness and disaster. Wyrd Roads beyond the ice.
Hey!
We're back! All right. Look, we're all already a little slap happy. So, sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're here. Episode 3, guys. Let's get weird. I'm Marie, your little GM on the internet, Divergent Dryad, and I am going to do a quick round of introductions. Please just tell us your name and your character's name. That's it. Tor.
Hi, I'm Io. I'm from Canada. I use she, her pronouns, but I play Tor, Dwarf Paladin, who uses any and all pronouns. They're all Gucci.
Woo! Ingvar!
Hi, that's me. I'm Travis, otherwise known as Zendaric, and I play Ingvar Oddsson. Both he, hims.
Beautiful. Araya!
Hello, everyone. My name is Tailweaver Omar, and also I am playing Araya, our monk, who has some new abilities this time, and I'm super excited to be here. And also, happy February, happy Valentine's Day month. Love you guys.
Woo! And Zapian.
Oh, hi, that's me. I'm Kat the Dungeon Mom, and I play Zapian, who is fairly chill.
Super chill.
So chill. Extremely chill.
Korak.
Hello, folks. I'm Michael. I'll be playing Korik. I'm he, him pronouns, and yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this thing. I'm going to do a quick little shout out to our various partners and the people who have made this show happen. Lazy Wolf Studios and Lou Anders. The setting of Norengard is a Lazy Wolf product. An incredible, cold, harsh existence, but a lot of honor, a lot of valor. Very exciting stuff. He's been incredible. Thank you so much for helping to provide resources and getting us started. Go check out his work. It will be in the show notes. Also, Kobold Press, which is the publisher of Tales of the Valiant, the system that we are using. I am a Kobold Press GM for some of their conventions, and Michael has also helped out with Kobold Press many a year, making all of it happen. That's right, that's you. That's right. He's like, oh, that's me.
That's your name.
And listen, we can't be expected to be on the rails today. That's what I want everybody to know. So that's all. That's what I want
rails.
everyone to know.
We threw them in the trash.
We threw them away. We burned them with acid. They're gone. So moving on. Also, I would throw it actually over to Tailweaver to tell us about the music, please.
Oh, certainly. So, a couple of announcements. Starting out with the music that we're hearing today are by our friends over at Dark Fantasy Studios, as well as Jan Rosa, and a Tale of D20 original music, such as our theme song and some of the travel music that I was able to with a great set of friends who collabed. So, please check them out, darkfantasystudios.com. Also, please check out Jan Rosa, JANROSSA. Go ahead and Google and see their amazing dramatic work. And you can check out anything at Tale of D20's music at tale20s.com or on our SoundCloud, which should be at A Tale of D20. And a great shout out to one of our friends over in Atlanta. If you are at Dragon Con, and you see them all the time, and they are Monk's Meadery. I am having one of their original Monk's Meadery mead right now in honor of playing in Norengard and Tales of the Valiant. And out of my special cup here by
Was it Misty Mountain?
Misty Mountain Gaming. So amazing Misty Mountain Gaming. Thank you so much for the cup, and thank you so much for the delicious mead from Monk's Meadery. Check them out at monksmeadery.com or mistymountaingaming.com. Handing it back over to you.
I also have my little Misty Mountain World Tree cup. It's about the size of a shot glass, and I love it. I don't have anything in it, but it is decoration, and I love it. That's it. All right. I think that wraps up at least the announcement portion of the evening. I think before we go into a recap of last week, we're going to cue the intro, and then we'll just get right into it. Oh, hi. Okay. So let's dive into our recap for episode 2. Last we left off, Kurak, our bearfolk ranger, questioned his orders and began to seek the truth. His leader, the Lord Commander, showed some of her true, icy cold nature and attempted to manipulate Kurak into staying in line. Instead, he took decisive action and went to liberate his mentor, now named Dara Tarak. He also killed the cultists who had been tailing him before they could report back to their leader. And just at the end of our session, he stole a gate key and stepped into the world of Quel'th in Norengard. On the other side of the world, in Norengard itself, we saw Zapien receive an ethereal audience with Rava, the goddess of travelers, clockwork, knowledge, but better known to her in Norengard as Zirth. She gave Zapien a grave warning as well as a great quest. The Void is gaining power, threatening all living worlds, and Zapien, along with the others on this path, will need to work together to fight back the Void. While few details were given, she is assured that the path will reveal itself in time. In the Jarl Flamebeard's longhouse, we saw Ingvar, Araya, and Tor preparing for their first quest, and Araya telling the Jarl just exactly how she felt about being dragged into an urgent quest while he had a party, and she could be doing something more valuable with her time. But her savage insults were turned into awkward laughter and passed off as, "Sorry, we're not from here." And it worked wonders. So we then see the first quest together, and along the way at Coralunder's farm, some mischievous fey cats bouncing around, causing problems, you know? But working together, they ended up negotiating a mutually beneficial solution with the Scrumble Cats that they met there to rid the field of mice and also be paid in milk. Who knows? Maybe some of them will stick around and help to keep these fields clear. We don't know. And finally, the strangers from another realm. When just as the party had arrived at their destination, the southernmost Trelleborg, that is along the borders of Noringard and Araland, we saw an ethereal gate form, and two figures stepped through, two barefolk strangers. One, quite elderly and frail, being supported by the other, much younger and rugged, a 7-foot-tall barefolk with cream-colored fur. Now, while tensions were high and questions were many, we have one amongst this party that stood confidently, trusting in fate's mysteries, and feeling as if all of the pieces were falling perfectly into place. Perhaps this is the moment that was always meant to happen, the moment when 5 paths converge and a new journey begins. And that is where we're going to pick up. In the moments following these strangers coming from another realm, the gate vanishing, I would love to go into sort of a montage of scenes that happened, key moments, before we fast forward. So, Kuruk, what would we see in terms of how you warn these characters, these strangers, of the threat that is on its way here, if anything?
I think there's some back and forth, kind of wordlessly. I'd like to see like there's camera pans and like there's some maybe quick back and forth. Like there's some portraits, right? Like it's like talking head. You can definitely get some over the shoulder perspectives in the explanations. There's a quick zoom out and you can see Cork trying to draw something on the ground, like with maybe a stick or his claw, like trying to draw like a gate, and like the numbers, like the sheer numbers of people, number of enemies, invaders that could be expected. I'd like to think that there is a mix of disbelief and maybe surprise and horror on the faces of the rest of the party at the sheer number, the size of the force.
And I would love to throw that to any of you. What would we see in this back and forth on how you respond, and whether maybe your perception or tensions would shift as you're given this new information? Whoever would like to take the ball.
Before we dive into that, I just want to ask, because it's something that Zapian would be attempting to glean or discern without infringing on the proceedings too much. Kuruk, what are your expectations having stumbled into this world? How do you expect to be perceived in this new place by these people? Are you expecting a warm welcome? Are you expecting confusion? Are you expecting violence? What are you prepared to deal with as you are scratching these warnings out?
I think there's a sense from Kuruk of clearly unease. This is not the first time Kuruk has journeyed into a world that he was unfamiliar with or surprised by. I would gather that being the type of person that only gets told what they need to know, in most cases, I'm willing to bet that Kuruk is walking into most places kind of blind. This is the environment you're going to be walking into, and these are how horrible or how bad the people are, but no actual intel, no actual information about the place he's going, like the culture, the people, like those types of things. So this situation isn't necessarily unknown, but he's trying to save people in a different way this time. Like, I think the mission in the past has always been, we're doing this for the betterment of this world. We're going to save them from themselves, right? And in this case, he knows that that's not the case. He knows that he is the portent of something horrible coming for you. And I think he would expect to be treated with suspect. With not suspect, with suspect, with suspicion, with doubt, with denial.
I think that's where I'd like to take the scene, and you see that there is a tension in the air, and you see Ingvar casting a spell as the scene sort of shifts, and he's ritually carving a circle on the snow and lighting incense in his brazier, and after it completes, there's a zone of truth that encapsulates all of us. And I would like to believe that you willingly fail your save to let us know that you're speaking truthfully in this moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that Kuruk would recognize the spell, but he would. He hasn't been lying about any of this, so there's no need to fail a save because he hasn't been lying, right? Like,
Okay.
there is no deceit coming. Whoever. Right. He doesn't. He's not deceiving anyone. He's telling no lies. He has said nothing. He's not hiding anything from anybody.
So mechanically speaking, how we'll adjudicate this is what I'm hearing is Kuruk is kind of putting all of his cards on the table. And in that, there is vulnerability. He has been, working for these people, and he's been following orders without question. And in this moment, there is a high risk involved. There's risk involved in being vulnerable with strangers that you don't know if you can trust yet after being treated so poorly, right? So I would love to say it sounds like you are, although you don't understand the spell, kind of allowing the truth to magically be compelled. It's not compelled. It's more of like you want the person casting it to know that you are telling the truth. And there is no resistance in that. So so mechanically we would say...
If that is willingly failing a save or not even making the save, I would recognize that a spell is being cast. Certainly Kuruk has been around magic, but in this case, the results of the spell would likely just show you exactly what you may or may not have expected, that there was no denial or deceit coming from Kuruk.
Yeah.
The thing about the spell is it says you know whether they fail or not, and you know if they're deceiving you. So
and that's why I'm
Thank you. That's why I think this specifically is important to sort of play out, because then it shows that, or Ingvar says, you speak the truth. In this circle, you cannot lie. You're bound by my faith. You're bound by our world, and what you say is true. And I am sorry that you are gone from your plane, from your world, your people. I saw the door close behind you, but I must thank you in this moment and offer you a sign of peace as you come, and I'll offer my hand. I'll step forward.
I think there is a hesitation on the handshake only because this is kind of an unfamiliar thing.
Yeah.
I think I would.
The motion is unfamiliar.
I think I'd be able to clock that as a wise person, and I'll say, in our world, we shake hands as a sign of respect and agreement.
Certainly, Kuruk will place his paw forward. It's a large.
We can sort of do like a
large paw. Kuruk will put his hand forward and he'll go like this, and it is a large bear claw essentially.
Huge.
That he is offering you.
I'll grab like the meat of your paw.
The claws are just digging into your wrist. Like
Kuruk is very careful as at how he lays his finger pads against your arm.
Araya, as you around your palm, and this is kind of like the feeling, the tension throughout the days. When you first time when you're reaching out and do the hand, she steps up and just almost defending Ingvar and says, "Hold thy paws, with this one can see them, bear folk. Speak thy oath, or be treated as thou appear an intruder."
I believe we left off with my hand on Araya's shoulder, kind of holding her back. And I think as Araya kind of steps out of my grip, I let her go and just kind of watch on bemusedly. But what is Tor doing?
I think Tor is gripping his shield, essentially, as he listens and thinks. And if the scene was to move on to him, I think you'd actually see like flashbacks of his childhood and even going back to his birth, the tradition of the Underheim dwarves of reading a set of runes encarved into bone to, like, you know, essentially give the blessing and the fate that is going to befall every child under the mountain. And the readings that Tor got that was told to him that he never understood about how he would travel further than any dwarf to protect them. And that if he did not, Underheim would not survive. And that weight of what that had meant for his family, what that had meant for his people, and the path that it essentially forced upon him, I think listening to this, it feels like I'm where I'm supposed to be. And so there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of apprehension, but there's immediately his soldier's tactical mind is thinking about numbers and listening at what the information, the physical information Kuruk is giving about what is to be expected, because Tor is facing the fact that he needs to be there for that.
Araya, when you disregard your friend Zapian's encouragement to trust and to listen, and instead lash out for a second time at a stranger just because they remind you of those who attacked your home, please make me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, I think you understand that she is not charismatic. Yes.
This is gonna go good. It's gonna go so good.
Okay, so that is a -1 to a 4. Ugh, gotta love it.
Please gain a luck point for the failed saving throw. And I will tell you what you feel. In this moment, you are transported to another realm, ethereal in nature. You feel as if there would be a breeze if it weren't so frozen in time. And you recognize this as home. You are standing in the throne room before the shrine of Wotan's gallows, where everything took place the last time you were at home. And you see your mother. She looks different, but she stands before you, looking at you with those eyes that can see into your soul. Why do you fight so hard when connection is placed on your doorstep? Child, why?
This one has shamed her people. Dearest mother, thou must understand, this one has made a folly and must redeem herself no matter the cost. This one. Araya begins tearing up, just feeling the shame.
You feel ethereal wings take you into a warm embrace. And then just a whisper. Where do you believe you will find that redemption, if not in community? You cannot fix something so grand all alone. And what you truly seek to repair, that is gone, lost to time, changed. What you should be looking to repair is your heart that has been broken beyond repair all these years. It is not impossible.
This one understands that its suspicions is not wisdom. It's just fear dressed in fine words. This one would call it caution, but it is just insecurity. What does this one do, Mother?
You must learn to trust again. But first and foremost, you will need to trust yourself. Perhaps that will take longer than trusting others. And with that, you are returned to this moment, standing in front of a bear folk who means you no harm, holding an elderly and frail, his mentor, by the arm. His weapon already dropped to the ground.
I think just to add to this a little bit, I think when Araya steps up to get between Ingvar and Kuruk, Kuruk stands tall and his shoulders swing back a little. He is not afraid of confrontation. He does not appear to be afraid of Araya. And when Araya steps to him, you can see him start to kind of sniff the air ahead of him. I recognize your scent. You are not from this place either.
No, this one is not. This one apologizes. Forgive this one, as she's been guarding her dignity as if it was the realm itself. This one will not let pride steer her hand. And Araya looks on over at Ingvar, at Tor, at Sapien.
Who is wearing this face?
This one will not let it, not anymore. What is thy name?
I am known among my people as Koruk.
Dara nods his head. I am Dara.
Dara, are you unwell?
Very much. I don't believe the solution is easy. But for now, I will manage.
I will walk up to Dara and cast. Where is it? I can read. Cure Wounds.
You see some of the bruises and scrapes heal, but he still looks exhausted, and he still looks afflicted with something greater than only a physical wound. But he thanks you and smiles weakly. And with that, we are going to, unless there's any other moment that you would want to occur in that immediate meeting, we will shift into the montage of what happened next. And I will ask Kuruk, before I assume, would you be willing to help these individuals once they tell you the quest that they are on. Standing before the Trelleborg at this time.
I think Kuruk looks to Dara, looks to his mentor, and then looks back at this group. We are not your enemies, but we understand we are also not yet friends. We will assist. We are here to help. We're here to stop what will occur to this world if we do not intervene.
Right. So, let's go into a little montage of what you found once you entered this ring fortress that had gone silent for weeks. Now, what originally felt so meaningless to all of you, this quest that felt like nothing more than a fetch quest. Once you arrive, you find an entire fortress filled with sleeping soldiers in a magical sleep. Nothing seems to be able to rouse them, and it seems that they are also very weak, and within days, it is likely that they would die of starvation, as they have been asleep for who knows how long so far. But the most interesting thing that you find is in the center of this ring fortress, you see a 10-foot tall runestone with carvings of a world tree. At the bottom of the tree is a depiction of a banner rising out of the roots. It is at this location that both Dara and Araya begin to hear whispers loudly from the void, calling to them, feel them, it reaching for them. The others don't feel it quite as strongly. Kuruk, you still sense the presence, as if this is a weakened veil between the labyrinth, between the void, and this place. Zapian primarily senses Elswither here. And I think, Araya, you know in this moment, the world tree has always connected all worlds that have another world tree. Yggdrasil is connected to countless worlds. And the Ravenfolk and the Ratatosk are the only ones who know how to navigate those branches. This is why you can sense different worlds. But you also know that at the roots of the world tree, far below where anyone can see, is the Ur-dragon Nidhogg, who gnaws at the roots and corrupts and calls from the void. The same voice that called to you, Araya. We pan over to a room that you find. It's a leader's quarters, and there you find an injured and bound Huldrefolk Trelleborg leader. She is the only one who is not asleep, as Huldrefolk can't be put magically to sleep. She coughs, and we see a scene unfold once you have unbound her and woken her up. Oh, thank you for saving me. She looks embarrassed to have her nature revealed, as through whatever battle that she whatever went down before this moment, you see that, you know, her armor, her clothing is kind of tattered and torn, and that is where you see the tail that had been kind of fallen limply to the side when she was asleep, or at least unconscious, we should say. Ingvar, you're not openly Huldrefolk here, right? The only one who knows, I believe, is just Zapian, if I'm not mistaken? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I will go to her, though, and whisper in her ear as we come into this room and we notice this, and I'll whisper to her, you're among friends, sister, and we'll unbind her, but then I will also start casting mending on her clothing and try and start to repair the pieces that were specifically tailored to hide her, because I know what it means for her.
Yeah.
Without openly stating it myself yet.
Beautiful. She thanks you for that help. There is much to explain. One of my fellow soldiers, Lifa, she drugged the mead of all of us. She did not know I was Huldra, so she did not know I would be immune to this. But I know that she would never do this, not willingly. I believe that she has been magically manipulated by this handsome foreigner that she spoke about. She had met him recently at the Flying Rowan. Please, if you can find her, I would greatly appreciate it. And I do not believe she did this on purpose.
Where would she have gone? Is she still in here, in this fortress?
No, she left. I don't suppose you noticed the runestone in the courtyard. The truth is that it is a sacred place. It guards the connections from here to Elswither. There once was a banner there, an artifact of great magical power. I have spent years trying to intentionally annoy the Jarl so that he would keep me at this location, this post. It is distant and boring to most Northern Guard folk, but I knew I needed to guard this Fey artifact. And so I have done everything I can to irritate him so that he would punish me to keep me here. No one else knows that I am Huldra.
Sister, your secret is safe with us.
I worry that this secret, perhaps I should have come out with it before. If they had known the importance of this place, perhaps things would not have been able to come to this, but it is too late now to cry over the spilled milk. Please, we have to recover this banner, but I cannot leave my soldiers. Though they sleep, I would be here to guard them. And she asks you all to seek out Lifa, who she explains she holds a special affection for, and would greatly respect you all and cherish you as heroes, really, would you be able to succeed. This would save Norengard, she explains. Now, what she doesn't know, and what you all put together, given the information you have from Kuruk, from Araya, from Ingvar, and what he has seen in the temple, is that perhaps this location, the banner doesn't only protect against Elswither coming through, it protects against all otherworldly incursions. And right now, it is an open, it is like a spigot that has been left on and unattended. It is spewing magical energies with no focus. And the door is open. So, we fade over to where you find Lifa. And Kurak recognizes this place. It is a thorn maze that looks eerily familiar from a dream he had. We see just sort of jump cuts of all of the things that you see in this maze. It is near the Flying Rowan, which is where Lifa was said to have met this person. You see these thistlekin, these like spiky goblinoid plant creatures. Zapian, you recognize these as Fae as well. You also see like topiary guardians, another Fae creature. And eventually you find a colorfully dressed, temperamental, cheeky Fae creature standing beside a human soldier that you recognize as Lifa, based on the description. She's holding a banner, and she's fighting the charm that she's under as hard as she possibly can. I would love to go to kind of anyone who wants to take the ball to kind of tell me, what does this battle look like? And we know that the ending of is that you do recover the banner. But we don't know exactly how. So Tor, would you please give me one detail about this sort of resolution to your quest?
I'm looking through my paladin stuff, see if I have no cool abilities, and I don't know that I picked the right
I'll throw it
kind.
over. I'll throw it over to Araya.
Okay, so just
You can build
really-
whatever detail you want there.
So, the battle, just really quick, just one quick question.
Yeah.
What does the battlefield look like?
Oh, it's like kind of a narrow. It's a thorny hedge maze. You actually notice that if you are too close to the hedge walls, they're also very thorny. So they're an added obstacle in the environment in addition to the creatures.
I would say Araya steps forward and, quick question to Kuruk. Is Kuruk more of a melee fighter, a range fighter? A little bit of both.
Korok is on mute.
You know we don't
yes.
speak bear.
Yeah. So there is like a smattering of growls, like and kind of grunts, and then he realizes that he's not speaking the proper language. He's speaking bear folk. Sorry. Yes. You see him kind of gesture to his waist. He's got a small hammer on one hip and then a small scythe on the other. There's a bow strung across his back, and a staff alongside the bow. He's got a little bit of everything.
Got it. So Araya would be taking the vanguard and just heading out front, and I would say, just for the fiction, for the story, as even though she is starting to trust Kuruk, there's still that trepidation. And anytime he steps forward to either defend Ingvar or Tor or Zapian, she like tries to jump in there and handle it herself. She gets many wounds and cuts in there, and then I would love to pass the ball. I'm gonna throw the ball to Kuruk, and I will in this moment, like every time Kuruk is about to knock an arrow and shoot it, she instead flies forward, throwing her staff, and then it's basically stepping in your way but causing herself to get damaged because she's afraid that you may not be able to defend those that she is close to, until the point where Kuruk would probably like shows it like, yeah, he knows he can.
Oh no. Just the opposite. Kuruk lets you do this because it's clearly important to you, and in his mind, to try to stop you would be an insult of some kind. He's not known many raven folk in his time, but he knows they are very proud. So he will let you step in front of him. He doesn't appear to be fazed by the show of mistrust,
And then
or
at
least doubt.
Up to the point where I feel like she would be getting, because we saw about she can't even handle a bunch of cats, that she's starting to get hit, and like her cloak is getting torn. You can see a little bit of because she hasn't straight out said that she's a raven folk. Although you probably smell that she is.
That's Kuruk hasn't called that out to anybody, but I think Kuruk knows that you are raven folk. But he also knows that you're hiding it.
Oh yeah, and then as the battle happens, her cloak is getting ripped up and revealing her wings and all that, and you're starting to see that, and perhaps seeing Araya like getting beat down, having this she needs saving basically, but she's too proud to ask for it.
If she appears to need assistance or saving, Kuruk would certainly step forward to assist. But I feel like in the initial jump forward, like every time that there's an opportunity for Kuruk to try to help, If she continues to cut him off, he'll continue to let her do that. And I think offsides or like off to the side, perhaps Kuruk is maybe saying some words to Zapian. Perhaps your friend needs some assistance.
Probably. But sometimes it's worthwhile to let them figure it out and ask for it themselves.
Agreed, some lessons must be learned by one and not told.
I will ask, does anyone grab the banner itself in the sort of tussle? Does anyone try to use its magic? Lifa seems to be willing to allow one of you to touch it, although the creature, the Gankana, that is sort of controlling her, seems that he can't touch it, but wants her to destroy it.
Gesundheit, by the way.
Gankana.
I figured out my thing. I think Thor goes to take a defensive position around Lifa, essentially positioning his shield and acting both as like protection, so she doesn't get like she's behind his shield and him if the creature does anything to try to compel, but also the other way that she can't move without going through him.
Love it.
And he's watching the fight, and he's seen Araya fight before. Thor knows how capable she is. He's casting Sanctuary on Lifa, and I think keeping if the creature would get close, would actually use his holy symbol, which is probably just like a gem, a sapphire on a necklace, to represent his house, and using sanctifying light to try to blind it away. It's keep it out of range so that Lifa has space to fight what she's fighting.
I love that so much. It blinds him. You realize he begins trying to, like, at the beginning he just tried to use sort of a charming, sort of seductive voice to get you all to do what he wants, and then once he sees what he's up against, he begins to get a little bit more on the offensive, starts using his like stunning glance to try to immobilize some of you, and eventually he flees, seeing that he cannot win this fight and not expecting such opposition. But none of you fight like the Norengard folk, and he did not expect that. Ingvar, yes.
I would like to use some of my abilities to, when he starts to attack us, you notice that Ingvar is becoming brighter, and he has orbs now floating around him. And when there is a moment, if possible, I would like to use one of my abilities where it's called Overwhelming Flash. And it normally is used to impose a disadvantage on wisdom modifiers and like as a reaction. But I would like to sort of use it as like an opportunity to blind him and take the banner, if possible.
Blind him and take the banner from
like
Lifa?
before they flee.
Oh yeah, he's not fleeing with her because he can't touch the banner.
My mistake. I thought that they.
Oh, got it. I understand. So, no, that's on me. Misunderstanding. So, he's trying to use these magical pipes that he has that seems to be the source of how the maze stands intact. It's a magical maze. He's using those. He can't touch the banner for some reason. There's some kind of enchantment that prevents him from doing so. But he was hired, and through the fight you kind of get, he works, it seems, for the Court of Thistles, which is a very malevolent Fey court from Elswither. And he was sent here to get it destroyed.
So the banner is safe, though. We have
the banner is with, yeah. It's with, right now, unless anyone has convinced Lifa, then it would be still in her hand. She's fighting. It looks like she's in kind of a haze a little bit. She's obviously fighting the charm, because the charm was destroy this thing. and
Okay.
she is refusing to do so.
I think, sorry, for my my mistake, the charm on her, for some reason, I thought it was like a possession, and this
No.
person was all like in her herself. It's two separate people and
Separate things.
some magic. Okay, so seeing that she's struggling, I'll still use my like light magic to blind him if necessary for thematics. But I would like to take the banner from her and be like, let us guard this, and I would like to try and give it to Zapian, because I know, like, since they talked about elsewhere and portals and all of that, I'd like to take the banner and bring it to Zapian, because we know that they use detect portals and might know something about the magics with this. So I'd like to spend some energy sort of, playing that sort of in between to sort of facilitate the moment.
And I'm right there because absolutely contrary to what I said to Korok when he was like, hey, your buddy needs some help. I am standing right in the middle of the battle, weirdly just kind of standing there, not really doing anything that you can observe, but I am going to use my bardic performance ode to heroes. And I am going to invoke songs and stories of legends to inspire my allies to new heights of heroism and intimidate my foes. What is the save that she needs to be making to break this charm?
She needs to do a wisdom save. And I was going to say between what you're doing and what Tor has been doing too.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if Tor has also an aura yet. I was gonna
Not
jump
yet.
to
He's
the
baby
okay.
paladin.
No worries.
Level 5, baby.
You get there, baby. You get there.
She ends up
Soon.
getting an additional save at advantage with your help to try to shake off the charm.
And that will also be protecting Araya as well, while giving the little shit. What's his name? Leaf.
Lifa? Oh,
Lifa.
the soldier's name. She is Lifa.
Okay.
The little fae is Gankana.
Okay.
He's undead.
Well, he has.
Thank you.
Yeah, he has disadvantage on wisdom.
Amazing. So we see this unfold, and with excellent teamwork with a group of people who have never been on a quest together before, find a way to step into sync with one another, work together, and get this guy to flee as fast as possible. He uses his pipes, but with everything that you all have done, the pipes drop. The maze drops. He's gone, but you have a very powerful magical item now in your possession, including the banner, which we then pan over, jumping to bringing it
did
back.
we grab those pipes too? Or could we get those pipes too?
Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what you get.
So that's what you get. Hey, you guys did such a great job, fighting. Like, absolutely. So an incredible feat of heroism. You return to the Trelleborg with the banner. Place it where it belongs, and watch and feel as the magic that was kind of spewing, kind of diffused and ambient, focuses in on that spot into the roots, the sacred place, Rotuf, which Araya had recognized on a mural days before at a tower. This is the sacred place. It is where so many of Yggdrasil's roots intersect, causing a kind of combination of great magical potential and the veils between worlds. From there, we are going to see, at least in the Trelleborg, a quiet moment. Lifa and Gilda embrace, and Gilda expresses her true feelings for her fellow soldier. They begin a relationship in earnest now that they have been honest with one another. She also chooses to reveal herself as Huldra. Given the threat that the Court of Thistles and also this void you have spoken of, I believe this is the most important place I can be, and the people need to know the truth. I will live openly as Huldra from now on. And I would like to also tell the Jarl and all of the leaders of the threat they truly face were this banner to go missing again. Korak, you know, in this moment, part of the reason that the Crimson Knights chose to act in such force was that they didn't think that they would ever have this window again. The walls were down, and they've been down for weeks. That was enough time for her to plan. But you stopped it. And now for them to come will be much more difficult. So perhaps fate was looking out for you. Or something. Someone. You were meant to be here. We are going to now jump to a celebration. Araya, do we have some, or Araya, Tailweaver, you're not Araya. Do we have some very celebratory, fun music?
Yeah.
As we're going to return to Bensa.
Sorry, the Ewok celebratory music is the only thing I can think of.
That was 100% what I was
love it.
thinking as well. And does Koruk come with us?
I believe, Kurok probably follows along, unless he is specifically told not to come.
Okay.
Elda definitely wants you to go also. She believes all of you to be heroes. And she watched over Dara while you were on your quest, knowing that he would not be able to keep up and that he was injured and, afflicted with what he has not described yet, but what Kuruk knows as void sickness.
I would like to have a moment with Koruk on the journey back to Bensa.
Please.
As we are traveling, I imagine it's a fairly long journey, and so part of it we probably take by boat or carriage or something. We're not walking the whole way. And so in one of those moments where we're just sort of sitting, having that downtime you have when you're on a long journey, I will go and I will settle myself next to Koruk, and I'll say, "You've made it a long way, little bear."
Little bear. Where do you know that name?
Is it a name you ken to?
There is there's a softening of Koruk's features. A small grin appears on his face. Yes. It was a family name.
I see. Every bear is little in the eyes of their mother, I think.
You speak true.
You're far from home. How are you faring?
I have no home. Not truly.
Then you are farther still than I could imagine.
Parts of this place feel familiar, but I have no connection to the place I started. Only the place I have lived, and that was not a home.
I think many are under the mistaken assumption that home is where we are from. Home is what we make. And I would encourage you to think of home as something that is yours to take, yours to find, not to recover. And I will reach into my bag and I will pull out the little sigil stone, the one that has the bear claw on it, the one that's meant for Koruk. And I will hold it out to him. Not handing it to him, but to show him. And I'll say, Your coming here is no accident. This part of your path was set before you took your first breath. You were meant to be here, and I'm glad of it. I would that you would keep this on you as a reminder that you are wanted and you are where you are meant to be. And then I will hold it out for him to take.
How large is the sigil stone in your hand?
In my hand, it probably takes up the palm. Yours, I think, is probably the largest of them. Think of like the rocks that people were painting all summer, like 3 years ago, like about that size.
In a human paw, in a human hand.
In a human, yeah. So for you, it's itty bitty.
Well, so that's why I wanted to, so I think Korik like kind of reaches his paw forward and then like takes his index and thumb claw and like picks up the stone. Mm-hmm. And then reaches up and puts it in a small pouch around his neck. I will keep it here. Thank you. Thank you for your gift.
It is only right to return a gift with another. You gave us a gift by coming here.
Someday I will find a home of my own, one that I can bring with me. Perhaps this is the beginning of that journey.
Of that, my friend, I have no doubt. Now come, play a game with me. I'll teach you how to cheat Araya out of a few coins.
Deal.
We have 6 days of campfire stories and moments that may have taken place. But for now, we will fast forward to your return to Bensa. And after Gelda and all of you have shared the news of both your victory and also the truth of what the banner does, because the Jarl didn't even know about it. But in recognition of your great heroics, you are paid an additional 200 gold each for saving not only Bensa, but all of Norengard. He immediately goes to work sending ravens to all of the different leaders, all of the Jarls. And after he is told of this threat of the void and the fact that other worlds even exist, something he did not know. He only knew of Elswither, like most of the folks of Quelth. He begins even sending message to the High King. The High King sends out his Raven Guard to help in rounding up every single void cultist who has infiltrated Norengard and has been here for who knows how long. The one posing as the head Gothi in the High Father's Temple, the one who passed Ingvar. They find that these individuals, many of them have a black star tattooed on their wrist. And Araya recognizes that as the symbol of the black scribes, the scribes of the black star. Sorry, I mixed up words. They are a cult of the void, and their job is to scribe the words of the void, and any who touch it, any who read it, are going to be influenced. Araya, you know that all too well. As you read a tome that was forbidden, that was once scribed by them.
When you say influenced, say more.
Say more. Well, what I will tell you is that being exposed to the words of the void, even if you can't read the speech, even if you can't read the script, you feel it reaching for you. You feel it trying to taint you, to corrupt you, to sort of work its way inside and rot you from the inside out. Araya knows what that feels like. And some scars never leave you.
Do I still, so I know part of me is I'm vexed. So
Yep.
I hear these dark voices, the same voice that I heard when I read the book. Do I know that is Nidhogg or something related that I'm hearing specifically?
I
Or
think
don't
you know. I think at this point, given everything you've learned, you were one of the guardians of Wotan's gallows, and you knew that Nidhogg gnaws on the roots of Yggdrasil. You knew of the void, but when you found that tome, you didn't know what it did. You didn't know why you were forbidden to read that. You weren't told. You just had a compulsion to read it, to keep trying to understand it. And with every time, you were exposed to more. Which is why the voices still linger, even though the book is gone from your possession.
I think at one of these later, like the end of the 6-day travel, or at least afterwards when we are like at the campfire, Araya hears this voice and hears it even more, especially knowing after we went to the fortress, and feels there's a look of guilt when she's looking around at everyone else. She stands up, her cloak still over her back, still hiding her wings, and she steps in front of the fire on this night, and kind of takes the attention for her, like towards herself, as she looks at everyone. And she goes, hark, all of the, this one has not been completely honest with her allies. This one hath carried silence like armor, and the silence hath grown too heavy for this one to bear. She brings her hand up towards her throat. It claps her throat, and with a sharp motion, she whips away the cloak that she was wearing, that you've seen somewhat what's underneath it, but not sure. But she drops it completely, and beneath it, you see that she has these glorious black wings with golden borders around each feather, and they are bound in golden chains, linked crossing feather and bone, tight enough to bite, bright enough to shame. This is, the metal shifts with a cold and accusing sound almost as she's going. It's just embodying her guilt. See it, and do not look away. This one would not have pity, but to finally reveal this one's only truth. This one is Ravenfolk, born on the branches of Yggdrasil. These chains are not for ornament. They are not a trophy. They are a penance. This one comes from a sky that was once whole, where the Ravenfolk kept their old songs, and the wind still remembered our names. And then in one swoop, this one said in a whisper, released a darkness upon this one's world. And this one fears that the darkness is continuing, still eating away at the roots of Yggdrasil. An evil so patient, so clever. It walked through the cracks that this one has made. The name Nidhogg. Now it grows, gnawing at the roots of all things. And it's this one's fault. This one has to bear that shame. This one asks for thou forgiveness. This one wants to earn the right to breathe among thee. Let this one repay what she can. until the ledger is balanced. Oh, this one's heart stops beating. She kind of looks at you, tears starting to flow from her eyes.
So powerful that the camera itself left frame.
And I... Whoops.
But in this moment, Araya, you cannot help but feel the warm embrace of ethereal wings, and you know them to be your mother. So, if anyone has anything they want to respond, say now or forever hold your peace, because I'm about to jump to a party.
I
Go ahead.
would like to say something. So
Please do.
You see Ingvar, his hands drop to his sides as you confess these sins. And he says, you ask so easily for forgiveness, but you've doomed the world. You've doomed all of existence. Yet you say you'll use your life to repent? One life is not enough. I hope you have thousands to give. Because you've already chosen to give ours, it seems, as well, too. Let us hope that there is enough light within us to blind the darkness you've unleashed upon us all. And I'll stand up and, like, turn away for a second, just depressed at the notion that I'm traveling with one of the people, maybe two, that are, dare he say, traitors to this world? To Norngard?
Correct.
He's shattered in this moment and shaking.
Koruk, as you hear Ingvar speaking these words, and you have just listened to Araya, you hear what she is confessing, and you remember what Dara told you. But you also know something else. The void cannot end. It will always be hungry, and it will always be there. Because as much as worlds can be created and destroyed, the void grows and diminishes the same. And it itself is not Nidhogg. And one act, one attack that was by the Crimson Knights, you now know, on Yggdrasil. One act is only one act. And if Araya had not let them in, this still would happen. And you know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's not her fault that this is happening. She
I
just
think-
let one world in.
I believe there is a moment. I think Kork's about to speak when Ingvar steps forward to kind of lay that out at Araya's feet, and Kork will step forward and, if possible, if Araya allows it, just kind of lay a heavy paw on one shoulder.
She does. She's crying right now, and any type of interaction, she's just letting through. Like, she's allowing herself to be embraced.
This heavy, warm paw, like, just lands softly on your shoulder and just lets the weight sit there for a moment. I have led countless numbers of invaders to other worlds. If one world can be saved by my actions, it will never restore the balance of what I have done. But there is no balance to restore. These things will happen with or without our actions. All we can do is our best. To be the best we can be in the moments we have to be. And the Kork will then look toward Ingvar, who is looking away. No one on this plane is without error, and no one on this plane should stand in judgment of those who make decisions in the moment, knowing what they know and not what they can't.
Gain a point of luck.
Okay.
I was going to do something else, but Kuro beat me to it, so I'm going to do this. I watch all of this happen, as I do. I'm a watcher. And I'm torn for a moment between comforting Araya and the Ingvar situation. And seeing that Korok has this all covered, I'm going to follow Ingvar. Where does Ingvar end up as he has stepped away from Araya?
I think he was just sort of stepping away from the campfire back towards like the tents, just sort of 15 feet away.
Cool.
Maybe towards like leaning up, like using one of a tree to like sort of lean up and like gazing towards the moon.
I'll walk up behind you. Doing nothing to like mask the sound of my steps. I want you to hear me approach, and I'll slip my arm through yours in that way that old ladies do, and I'll just say, oh, "Walk with me. It is a fine night for some air." And when we get out of earshot of the camp, my demeanor will change sharply. And I will kind of turn you to face me, and I'll say, "The gods save us should you ever be put in a position to make a choice."
Sorry for overreacting, I guess, but how are you not distressed at this news? I know that they lead us and we are to heed their wisdom, but have they seen that the worlds are ending?
You mistake my calm for lack of distress. Child, I have lived ages longer than you could dream of. I've seen the world ending 100 times over.
Then give me your wisdom. Sapien, my friend, I am distraught.
You are distraught. As is Araya. A wise woman once told me not to bleed on those who did not cut me. You are young still. You are very attached to this life, to this mortality, for which I cannot blame you. But do not use that as a cudgel with which to beat your fellows. You are not enemies. You are not opposites on the great scale. You fight the same fight. Whether it is for penance or survival matters not. Fighting between the two of you helps no one. You are upset, and no one can fault you that.
How do you trust her after hearing that?
Zapien takes a long breath. When you live as long as I, you learn that sometimes there are no good options. Something that seemed like a correct action at one moment is clearly a catastrophe in the next. You learn to live with it. You learn to live with imperfect choices. You learn to live with mistakes you would cut your arm off to go back and undo. But you don't. Instead, you take a breath, you take a moment, and then you take the next step.
I turn to face you and I put my hands on your shoulders and I look you in the eyes and I say, can I recover from this?
That's up to you. But, and I put my hand in my pocket and I pull out a stone This one is intricately and beautifully carved. Remind me what iconography you chose for yours.
Mine.
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead. No,
No, go ahead.
you're
Whoever
take it.
knows.
Here's what I'll tell the viewers. Last week, I gave them very generic like descriptions, but I've told the players what they can do. So on the stone right now, it just is like a sensor that is very clearly like the same one that
Yes,
is with
that one.
Ingvar. But Ingvar, the moment that you touch it, you know what this stone does, and you know what your intention can create. So please describe whatever you see fit.
I think that as I touch the stone, I get sort of a series of like flashes of moments, and whether they're past, present, or future of Zapian handing these stones out, and it's what Ingvar, what I need in this moment to know that we're meant to actually be. And it is just his hubris in this moment, and I can recover. You know, maybe I am meant to be part of the team that saves the worlds. And the stone stays as it is, but I feel it changing and shaping a new, into something new as I hold it.
I watch this kind of processing happen across your face, and when I feel you've come back to me, I let the weight of the stone fully fall into your hand. And I hold it between the two of mine, and I just say, existence is a tapestry woven of imperfect threads. You might pull the ones that you dislike the most, but some imperfections will still remain. Will you throw out the whole tapestry, or will you work with what you have?
You're right. I apologize for my outburst before. I pray that Araya and Kurek forgive me for the sins I spoke against them.
They will, but give them the night to lick their wounds, and pray that in the morning dawn, things look a little clearer for everyone.
Understood. Thank you for your counsel, Zapian, as always. You're a true friend.
I hold the sides of your heads and put a kiss on your forehead. You are also a true friend, if a little bit stupid sometimes.
I'm only 67.
You'll get there, dearest. Come on, walk me back.
I will walk her back.
I love it. All right. So, let us find ourselves in Bensa. It is sort of a citywide celebration. It's about a week after, since it took you about 6 days to get here. And the next day, an enormous celebration is held in your honor, as you are now celebrated as heroes of all of Norengard, not only Bensa. And let's go ahead and actually take just a 5-minute break before we go into this wonderful celebration and find out what is next for our new party of adventurers. See you in a couple minutes.
Bye.
See everyone.
time to party in Bensa! Welcome back. I hope everybody enjoyed their break. We're about to, get weird in a party. So, woo! Do I need to
I don't know
reset
if I
my
like the way
music?
that's put.
Hey,
We're about to get
I
weird
like
in a
weird
party.
parties.
I need everybody to know this, and I'm gonna be a tattletale on my player because I can. So I just want to say in our private Discord, Michael posted a GIF of exactly what Kuruk is doing, and I just want to say he's a party bear. So you're the one establishing how weird we're gonna get, my friend. You did it.
You made this choice. You did this to you.
Hey,
You
look,
did it.
that was the bear in the big blue house gif.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
is.
how weird that really is.
Well, we don't know.
Hey,
Look,
Blue
that's
likes
a
to get down,
snapshot.
and that's okay.
Yeah, he does.
Of course it is. I don't bear shame anybody. So,
No bear shaming.
no bear shaming. Welcome back.
What's wrong with the bear shaman?
Ooh, a bear shaman. Next
Horrifying.
NPC. Maybe that's what Dara's going to become. We don't know. But getting back to what we're doing. So, we are back in Bensa. An enormous citywide celebration is occurring. Music is playing. Mead is flowing. And we are going to once again see a little bit of a montage where I'm going to toss the ball to everybody and we're going to come up with some cool stuff. So let me look at my notes because my brain isn't perfect.
What? Great. That you don't say mean things about my friend.
While you're looking your notes up, I want to say that Ingvar had done a quick apology to Kurek and a slightly more sentimental one to Araya back at the campfire, but it wasn't as monumentous as it should be. It was enough to sort of apologize for his outburst, but you feel like there might be more coming later. But it
Love
was enough
that.
to sort of reconnect us so that way we could travel without issue.
It was like stick glue.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna hold forever, but it'll work.
It'll get
for
us back
now,
to town
in
for
a
the
pinch.
party.
Great. All right, so we glue stick an apology.
Sorry, I need to build that in for
Build the
everybody.
fiction.
Otherwise,
Build the
they won't.
fiction.
So because I'll be like, they're
Yeah.
fighting, but no, we're fine. We're fine-ish.
We're not.
There's like an
See,
awkwardness. But
Here's what everyone needs to know about me as a GM. I think of GMing as cinematic director kind of style. So I'm like, hey, the audience didn't see everything that happened, but they saw those moments, and then we will be in another moment. Other things happened when the camera wasn't on. And that's what you're telling us about, and I love it. Yeah. All right. So, Stolke's Hall is full. The Jarl's Longhouse as well has so many people in it. There are people in the streets celebrating. Everyone is raising you all as honored heroes. But I'm going to ask a few questions here. When you approach the Jarl and tell him of what is going on, I would like to say that Isaac Peltz is wrong. It is either DM, GM, or storyteller. Yep, I'm looking at the chat, so I had to jump in here. It could be anything. Anyway, so you're talking to the Jarl.
Listen, that's why I picked my screen name. Dungeon Mom still goes to DM.
Look, it's just that I don't really run very many dungeon crawls, and it feels so weird.
I never
to
have, and
call-
I never will.
And I never will. But I digress. You're talking to the Jarl. So, in that moment, what information do you share? Because he knows about, parts of it. He knows the broad strokes. But I'm actually going to kind of look at Tor in this moment. Sorry, the camera's this way. Tor in this moment.
Wait,
because, yeah. Because here's the thing. You are aware that our land constantly deals with Elswither incursions, right? The banner of the bull seems to only protect Norringard in that region, because Norringard doesn't deal with that. Now that you know what it also does, it stands to reason that the other neighboring countries of Quel'th are still vulnerable in a way that Norringard is not, including Underheim, where you're from. So, what kind of information do we relay to the Jarl and know that whatever you say to him is what is going to prepare him to act on behalf of the world?
No fucking pressure.
A little, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Thor is she's very cool. She can fight, and she's not very smart, and she's not very wise.
Stop shit talking, my friend.
No, I'm sorry, but it's true. She's got a -1 and a +0.
And we love her.
Thor, I think, has enough insight to understand the implications and not enough follow through to the insight to know what the right move is. So I think it's just very blunt, very upfront, very, if I can't make the decision, someone in charge, which usually are the smart people in my culture, should have the information to make smart choices. So I think it's actually just very straightforward. They're just gonna share what they got, what they understand. I think they're very much gonna be everyone's priorities are different. It kind of seems like this affects everyone in really bad ways. And also we haven't solved anything. There's definitely a sense of people are treating us like heroes, and we kind of just rebalanced the status quo. We didn't fix a problem that is happening. We just put the firewall back up,
So what you're saying is it's the parade scene from Mulan.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I definitely have that reference. I can't tell you you're wrong. You're never wrong.
We'll have a movie night. It'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Great. So you're exactly right. You haven't technically changed anything. A new threat happened, and you restored the balance to the status quo, but the larger threat still exists, and no one even knew about it until now, including the dwarves of Underheim and all the other nations and continents on this world. So it's up to all of you to lead, because you can tell the Jarl he's really thinking of Norringard. This is his country. This is what he was put in place to rule and to protect, not Ireland, not Emeria. No change will happen unless all of you push that forward. And you can tell that to be true. And this is not only for Tor, but we can start there, and then anyone, though, wants to jump in, feel free. They certainly respect you and would be willing to listen in this moment.
Well, that's the thing. It's the thing of not being the one to usually call the shots, and therefore not wanting to, but Tor has this feeling that they need to be the one going places. And I think it kind of parallels her own experience as essentially a scout. Her job as a soldier is to be a scout expedition to explore the mountains up north that have been run over by, I think it's trolls, right? That used to be the halls of the dwarves, and those exploration, those retcon mission, then come back with information of, is it realistic to go back? How far north can we go? Have we learned anything new about what we've lost? And I think this sense of there's this urge of we now know there's a threat. I'm a soldier. The only way I can deal with it is facing it. We need to go where the threat is, not just wait for it to attack us.
Amazing. So I'll throw it to any of the rest of our party here. What do you advise the Jarl to do?
Araya has a full cup of mead and is kind of after the tongue lashing from Ingvar, although they made up, she still feels that guilt, and so she's kind of drowning in the drink, and kind of walks on over, seeing as the Jarl is kind of partying, and she's just like, cheer if thou must, yet don't mistake our survival for victory. Drink, laugh, dance, it's fine, but keep one eye on the door. There's still darkness that needs to be illuminated, so celebrate if thou wilt, just do not ask this one to pretend it's over.
Once again, the camera so
Cannot take you tonight.
Honestly, I feel like that one was the most method of all because it's just a drunk bird, you know.
It
Smashing
seems
against
like
the window, yeah.
it genuinely seems like the camera is just going.
See ya.
What a fun
Oh
kind
my
of drunk you are
God.
at a party, girl. Like, you're just like, party people, we're all gonna die!
Enjoy the party, but don't stop.
I think there is that scene of like, you know, I think Kuruk is trying to enjoy the music and kind of dancing in a strange bear folk way. Like, you know, again, it kind of looks a little bit like Baloo dancing in, you know, in Jungle Book. There's a little bit of that vibe. But at these words, and then to hear what Araya is saying, I think Kuruk just kind of stops and like walks toward the Jarl, and very solemnly, this joyous look just kind of drops from his face. All we have done is delay things. We have not stopped anything. Prepare your forces. Gird your people. They are still coming.
Of course, we will. Of course, we are strengthening the borders and our defenses. I have sent a message to the High King and all the Earls of Norringard. We will be ready when they approach.
Can I do an insight check just to determine
Yeah.
how true that is? Okay.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, my bullshit detector's going off.
I know, yeah. I was sort of clocking that too. I would like to roll as well.
What am I rolling? Wait, what? Insight?
Insight.
Yeah, no words. All right, that's a dirty 20.
And I got a 21.
Nice. I'm so proud of you.
We're clocking his shit.
Yes, you are. So, both Ingvar and Zapian, laser focused amidst the noise and all of the flowing mead and the music. You hear the Jarl's words, and here's the thing. He is 100% being honest. And you know, the word that he chose was Norringard. That's it. You know, in this moment, he is being honest. This is who he was sworn to protect. And he has done everything in his power and will continue to do so. But the rest of Quel'th, they can figure it out. He is not thinking about anyone else, and there is a greater threat to a greater world, and this is not only about one nation. This is about the entire world. And it's not that he maybe doesn't care, it's just that's not his job, and he probably has never even thought about it.
And do the Outer Rim nations have the ability to protect themselves the same way Norringard does?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. I think Ingvar and I kind of share a look of like, oh, nice, cool, fuck, in that order. And we let the rest of the interaction happen.
I think we like look at each other. We will like watch the interaction that Kirk has and like look at each other. And then before we proceed, like, do we know that like, is this Jarl, like, yes, we're the heroes, but is he like willing to, like, if we requested him to send messages to other nations, would he do this, or would he be like, that's would he blow us off?
No, I think like, you went out as just nobodies, and you came back telling him you saved all of Norengard. Not just, I found out what was happening at the Trelleborg, but found out there could have been massive, massive problems if you hadn't done this. You have his ear. You could persuade him to go to do something he's never considered doing before.
I think I'll look at Zapian and I'll sort of like nod to the Jarl after we overheard this and be like, and I'll mouth and I'll be like, we need to press him. And I'll like walk towards Kurik and the Jarl and try and join that conversation and gesture for Zapian to join.
And from that, what we'll do, if it's okay, feel free to jump in if you want, Zapian. But what I'm seeing is like go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask, our lovely Tor had a lot of big feelings.
So many. He often does.
Are you saying this to the Jarl, or are these your internal thoughts?
A little column A, a little column B.
Cool. How good are you at poker?
Me? Decent. Tor? -3.
Great, so no poker face to speak of.
Oh no, and he's a
Great.
paladin. A poker face is an insult to the face of the luck gods.
Wonderful. So how close are you to the conversation that's happening?
There.
Great, you're all up in it,
right
but saying nothing. I imagine
think,
like you have the
can
energy
see
of
the bubble of like.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that I need a job and a mission, and you're not giving me a job and a mission.
Yeah.
You're telling me it's fun, and it's like, I don't even work for you. None of us really work for you, and we just did a thing. But it's bubbling. It's just like, I can't speak against authority.
Yeah. So you definitely have the energy of like a small dog that needs to go outside.
Yeah.
And
get it.
So I think after Ingvar walks away from me, I kind of go the other direction, and I sort of flank Tor.
Nice.
And I just go, you're one of the greatest tactical minds I know. How would you approach this situation? And I think everyone's eyes just kind of like go to you.
Oh my god.
Oh god. So actually, I think Tor had a nightmare about exactly this happening.
Love you, mean it.
And you didn't have shoes on, and you were naked.
Zapian's one of those moms who
And
just
then
throws the
suddenly-
baby in the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, and then just like looks down, where are my clothes? And then also my parent is there for some reason. It's so embarrassing.
But in the midst of this, I do put a hand on your shoulder, and you feel a warmth, and you do have a bardic inspiration in case you need to roll anything.
Okay. Tor breathes, and it sounds a little bit like a wheeze, but he meant it as a very stately.
Yeah, good step one.
I am not of Norengard, but I am here to protect and sworn to protect my people and whatever people I may encounter that I am able to help. We have been faced by a problem we did not know. And when the well is poisoned, even if it hasn't reached you, you go fix it before it poisons more. You don't just let it happen, wait for the poison to go downstream. That's how we deal with stuff in the mines. So I think we should go solve it. And if Noronir will not go, well, I will.
You see the Jarl set down his horn of mead, and it looks like he has a look of a person who didn't even consider there are other people, so many, outside of these borders. And yes, Ireland is used to these Fey incursions. That's just been the way of things, but in this moment, he now knows it's not just the Fey, it's so much worse. And he nods to you in respect, Tor.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna roll deception for panic attack.
Yeah, try to.
We didn't roll a remote like very much this year, and I'm like, no, I don't know if he's okay. He's like, no, I did it. I guess I have a bardic.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
What is it, a D6?
Probably, yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
With a D6. Wait,
Yes, a
it would be
D6.
deception. Let me go. I want to know how good he is. Oh my god. Is he gonna do it?
Do it.
That's 12 plus 6, 18! Because I got a 6 on my
18.
bardic.
Was that to keep your cool?
That was to deceive everyone,
Look at
to
you,
seem
buddy.
very professional. He looks and sounds very good.
It is incredibly convincing. You stand with an authority that I think I'm imagining you picturing your elder and how he stands and speaks with a gravitas that you have only ever aspired to someday reach. And in this moment, everyone within earshot or eyeshot looks to you, speaking to the Jarl of their city, a very important man, and telling him something he didn't consider, and watching him agree with you and show you respect, even though you are not even from here.
I'm
And-
not even on his eyesight.
He nods to you, he agrees, he says, Thor, that is a strong name. And you are a strong, honorable Dwergian dwarf. Our city would only ever be stronger with you in it. So thank you. I humbly ask you to forgive my short-sightedness. We will send a message to the neighboring nations. We will spread the word further than our borders, that all must know of the threat, so that we may protect all of Quoth, not only Norengard. Thank you for speaking in such a brave manner. I know that would not be easy for all to do. And just a few steps away, looking from a crowd, is a little merchant dwarf who a week or so ago or 2 weeks ago, I suppose, picked a fight with Tor. He has a look of guilt on his face. And after you leave this conversation, he goes up to Tor and apologizes. He says he has no excuse for the way that he behaved, and he truly does not know what came over him. But he is very sorry, and that it is not the honorable thing to have done. He would like to learn of your ways. For anyone with your valor and skills is someone worth learning from. And in that, we then shift over again. We find a group of people, warriors, kind of celebrating. Ulfhild is there, the imposing blonde woman who very much commanded you to go to the Jarl. She walks up to Ingvar and Araya. I wanted to thank you for your service to Norengard and humbly ask your forgiveness. I underestimated you, thinking you strangers, partiers. I did not realize I was standing amongst heroes. And that is my short-sightedness. Thank you. And you see true humility.
Though I have underestimated us. But don't worry, thou art just a poor fool that almost envies this one and this one's colleagues, but let it be known that this one will always be there to help thee, and the rest of thou allies and town whenever needed.
She nods and smiles.
It is all right. We all make mistakes. Even us heroes.
Perhaps one day, the walls of the Longhouse will have your names carved into them. She nods to you, and she walks away to join the rest of the crew. And I will go ahead and move over to Kuruk, who is currently, I think Dara is here as well. What do we see with Kuruk and Dara? Like, how are we celebrating? What are we doing?
I think what I'm imagining is that this is kind of unfamiliar for Kuruk. I believe like celebrations where they both come from are very bland and stoic. Like there are, hooray, we accomplished this goal. Congratulations, we'll move on to the next. Like there's not a lot of time for celebratory, there's not a lot of time for clapping on the back. It's very rigid, very structured. So like a full-on party like this is not something that either of them have seen for quite some time.
Yeah. And you definitely have not seen this level of... You didn't have a lot of individualism with the Crimson Knights.
Yeah.
That was not encouraged. And here, you see a group of individuals being celebrated, including yourself.
It's a little bit unnerving, I think. It feels a little unnatural. There's a part of it that feels homey because, again, I think their people are very much this type of people. Like, if there were celebrations in their communities, they were kept quiet. They were small. There was a few people. You know, they would celebrate perhaps like the anniversaries of births or, you know, very small 2-3 being celebrations. Nothing like this. Dara may be sitting back looking relaxed and actually like enjoying the environment, just listening to people. I think Kuruk is probably going a little too far overboard the other direction. It's possible he may have a little bit of a buzz on. It's possible he may be, again, dancing, feeling the music, like kind of just moving amidst these people that he is trying to assist and help and, you know, trying to learn a little bit about them and their culture and, you know, seeing firsthand what is so precious about these folk.
Dara is kind of quietly observing, but he's smiling, and it is a genuine and warm smile. And for anyone who would see, there's just a little bit of a tear that falls. Because he did not think he would ever see this and feel this joy again. The joy of community.
I'd like to make a perception check for Kuruk to see if it's something that Kuruk notices.
You got it.
Look at us using actual skills and rolling dice.
Woo!
Yep. We do it sometimes.
Once in a while.
I'm willing to bet that Kuruk is a little too distracted to see this in this particular emotion showing its face.
You got it.
There's so much going on. I think he's overwhelmed.
It's a very boisterous environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to. So Araya is like leaning against the wall at this point and like just has the the cloak is still kind of half slipped up, still covering the wings, but she's a little tipsy. And she's like staring at Kurik, like puzzled, as if trying to think of something. And then finally she yells across the room, Hawk, Thunderrock. And she's just yelling out until she kind of walks on over towards Kurik. Thunderrock, this one seen that look in thy eyes and recognize it. These people here in this world, a curious bunch, aren't they?
Indeed, this is unfamiliar, but it feels right.
This one has experienced similar when this one had arrived not too long ago. But hear this one. Drunk or sober, shattered or hold, this one remembers her charge, our charge. The World Tree is in danger, and the Void is calling. Thou and this one knows that more than any. And evil is patient, and it loves nothing so much as a watchman who looks away with breath. So, this one will not look away. And this one may have been harsh in the past and understands just how a mighty Thunderrock thou is. This one has misjudged thee. So, this one asks of thee, if thou seest this one slipping, shake this one awake and drag this one back to the line. And she kind of looks at Kurik and passes out on his shoulder because she waits.
I think Kurik catches Araya at mid pass out, right? And just kind of hefts, much like you would think, like you would heft a toddler a bit. Like he puts an arm under Araya's like thighs and like kind of just hefts Araya up like toward his shoulder, and like looks over to the looking for Zapian.
Oh, I would not be far away. I'm certainly watching.
Kurik approaches with Araya kind of like cuddled against his like shoulder. This one seems to not handle their liquor. Where can I lay this one?
Zapian sets down her cup and excuses herself from the group that she'd been chatting with. And I will help Kurik take Araya back to wherever where is this party? Like, are the rooms we're staying in close by, or?
I mean, think of it like a block party, but it's an entire city. It's Stolke's Hall, it's the Jarl's Longhouse, it's the streets.
Okay.
Wherever you would be staying, you could stay literally anywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone would be willing to host you.
I'm gonna be peak obnoxious, and I'm gonna say that we're like in the Jarl's house.
Great.
And so just like the fanciest couch in the Jarl's like sitting room is where we set Araya down.
The one bestowed with so many furs. So many furs.
So cozy.
So many. I love it.
So I will help you put her down, and then I'll kind of shoo you and say, go enjoy the party. I'll look after her. Don't deprive yourself of the revelry.
What is a Thunder Rock?
I think that's one of those things that's better if you find out for yourself.
This one, and he motions back down to Raya. This one kept referring to me as Thunder Rock.
Oh. Same answer. You'll find out.
Damn, that's some Rava shit right there.
Listen, I'm very excited to watch Kurik make sense of this whole world.
Yeah.
But Araya's like nicknaming mechanisms are a whole other level, and I don't want to color whatever his perception or feelings about that nickname is going to be.
Is Zabian doing the thing that old people do where they don't know the answer, but they pretend that your job is to figure it out for yourself?
No,
that's what I'm getting.
Okay,
Just
so
like,
at first that was what I was doing.
As an old person that does that, I resemble that remark.
Yeah, truly.
As a game master or dungeon master, Isaac, that does that, I also resemble that remark.
But no, I genuinely do want him to form his own opinions about Araya's opinion of him.
Now we have to fight a
love it.
rock.
Now we have to find a
now we
rock.
have to find a rock.
So, we are now going to stitch together a few other scenes.
Hang on, wait, I wanted to do a
please.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
please
yeah.
do.
So sorry. So I shoo Kuruk away to go enjoy the party. And I will tend to Araya. I will kind of like push her hair back off of her face, make sure she's comfortable. And I will look around. And when I'm certain we are alone, I will pull her cloak back a little bit to get a closer look at her wings and the chains on them. And I will look down at her and I will say, "Forgive me, friend. I don't know that you would let me do this if given the choice." And I will place a hand on the chains and I will cast... Oh, where is it? This character sheet is so long.
They're only 3rd level, guys.
Don't at me, bro. Read object.
thought you didn't know how to read.
I don't know how to read. Zapian does. By handling an item, you examine the psychic residue on it, divining information about its history. Oh. I told you I was going to take things to mess with you. After you cast the spell, you continue to handle the item, reading any impressions that might be left on it. Each round, the GM can give you one piece of information related to the item's ownership and handling. So, yeah, essentially what I want to find out is what exactly caused these chains to be in place, and I want to use that information to then infer how they can be removed.
Ooh.
Tailweaver, take it away.
Sure. So these are magical in nature, and these were self-inflicted. These chains are tied to Araya's emotion, whether she really knows it or not. So until she can forgive herself or feel that she is worthy, they bind it around her. But yes, they are like magically binding chains of her own kind of mental stability.
Okay. Can I ask a couple more questions? Do they cause you physical pain?
I would say yes, because when we first saw Kurik, her natural instinct was to flap her wings or release it, but she couldn't. So anytime that happens, it hurts her because she's bound. But she's learned to ignore it.
Okay. And then the last thing, because I don't want to abuse this much farther than I already have. Even without removing the chains, is there a way to like loosen them or reduce their efficacy in some way? Like, is there a way to make this to make this easier on Araya?
Other than changing her train of thought, probably some magical siphoning spell, maybe like a dispel magic or something of that nature, because it's all magically binding.
Okay, cool. I think that's it. As I leave you to sleep off your what is going to be a terrible hangover in a few hours, I will send a message to you because you are asleep and you can't respond or anything, but I'm hoping that the intent will land regardless. And it will just say, "I am glad you are in the world. And when you wake up, you will find clutched in one of your hands a small rock carved with a symbol and a design of your choosing. Because I don't know that handing it off to her, like, would have the same effect, but...
And as you sleep, Araya, dreaming whatever you dream, the dreams in that moment, when you receive that message, though you are not aware that that is what happens, your dreams become warm and safe, and you have a friend who is looking out for you. And you know that in the deepest part of your soul. And I would like to shift over to Ingvar. If there's any like scene or moment that you would really like to explore before we go into what's next for your group.
If you don't have an idea, I'd actually like to know, does Ingvar party?
Does he?
I know Tor would eventually like probably find the other dwarves and get really rowdy with it, get a little cranked maybe, and look for you. But like, what's Ingvar doing?
I think in these moments he does have a bottle of wine near him, but you could tell that he is apprehensive, and he has, even though like it's a moment of joy and everyone's celebrating, there's something other than the void that's eating him right now. The past few interactions or over the past few weeks traveling, talking with Lifa, talking with some of the other companions, he is shaken, and you might see that he's not indulging in the revelry in this moment. And perhaps maybe you come upon him or watch him go speak to Lifa for some time. And I don't want to just speak to an NPC. I'll invite you to join that conversation, but I feel like I have the moment I would need to go is to go speak with Lifa. And after sort of...
Just to clarify, do you mean Lifa, the human Norengard soldier, or Gelda, the Holderfolk leader?
I thought her name was Lifa, was the...
Gelda's the Holderfolk, and Lifa is her new girlfriend.
Geldra, yes.
Gay.
I like to call her Geldra, yes.
Geldra.
Geldra.
I will have all of you know, I would have created it myself, but I mean, thank you, Lou Anders, for creating it for me. Like, Lifa and Gelda are a love interest, and that's canon. Check out Banner of the Bull, guys. It's there. Go on.
And so I'll pull her aside and I'll say to them, I'll say, I do not want you to, and I'll make us like, not in like a creepy, weird way, but I'll like put us in a room and like lock the door because like I want to like,
You gotta phrase it better.
Right, yeah, exactly. I'll say like, I need to speak with you very privately.
Every time Ingvar goes into a locked room, he disrobes.
Right? Exactly. I did not want to set that precedent. No. But I'll say, I will pull out my tail, actually. I'll lock the door and then...
That's not better! See?
Can't stop, won't stop.
Trying to make a moment here.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
No, it's me.
You really set it up, and we're slap happy. Please.
No, 100%.
We're serious now. This is a moment. We love Ingvar. Please.
This is a very serious show.
And share with her that like I am also a Holderfolk, and I will share that like I have made my proclamation to the Allfather, and I've made it to myself, that Holderfolk, and that is one of the goals of my life. And you're the first person that has said it out loud, and I am ashamed I couldn't say it first.
She hugs you.
And I will say to her, like, sister, we are on this journey together. And I'll sort of regale her with the, ongoings in the temple, the message I had, the shame that I had, and I'll say, we must not let this be our fate. Today we saw in these days we've seen others come from other worlds and close doors from gates beyond that are cracked open. We are all writing a story and a tale that is greater than this. And I will not hide behind a hidden name and an unknown personhood. And I will proudly be whom I am. And just sort of be open about the desires that I have, and thankful that she inspired me to say it too. I've said it to myself, I've said it to my gods, but I haven't said it to someone else. And she said it before I could, and that's powerful.
She just holds you so tight in her strong arms. My brother, it is not shameful to take more time. Everyone must tell their story in their own time. And it is not for anyone else to choose. Thank you for trusting me. But just know, this was not bravery of mine to finally come forth after hundreds of years. Hundreds of years I have lived amongst the people of Norengard. They are my family. They are my home. I am Norenir. No, I am not human, but that does not mean anything. These are my people. And I have stayed silent. So, young one, you have come to the understanding much, much sooner than I have. Please do not shame yourself for coming to it in your own time. I only did because of necessity. Perhaps I would not even... No. There is no perhaps. If I had never been discovered, I do not think I would ever have revealed who I am. So you are a step ahead. And I am proud to be your sister.
I'll just hug her.
And Tor is here for this conversation?
Am I?
I would like
You
for
were
Tor to
invited.
have been standing in that room, maybe. Like we walked into a room and closed the door and didn't realize you were in there, maybe taking a break because you were overwhelmed and we didn't realize
Overstimulated.
you were overstimulated. We walked in and had this serious conversation and you were in the room. If
And
you're okay
it's
with
like,
that.
is it a slow turn where they both realize that they're not alone?
You just crunch.
I just say preach.
A crunch, a crunch. I love that. Just like a piece of hard bread, like.
I mean, I think it would make more sense that Tor was looking for you in the party, seeing that you were not in the vibe, saw you walk away and followed and kind of accidentally eavesdropped on the conversation.
Accidentally.
Yeah, he's got very good hearing and it's not his fault.
We hear a little as you accidentally bump into one of the crates of mead.
Sounds good.
And Ingvar and Gelda are now aware of your presence. Gelda kind of chuckles. It seems you had a stowaway. Welcome, friend.
Hi. I wanted to ask you, Ingvar. Would you like to come dance?
I, wiping the tears away, would love to.
And they take your hand or whatever, whatever
appendage.
Hand, tail, whatever.
And
Yeah, you'll see his tail now is out from behind his coat, which he normally has tucked away. the people in our party might have seen it occasionally, but he never has it out. And now he has pulled it out after seeing it. And, as we walk away, and I'll say, it's nice to finally fully meet you.
It's an honor.
And as we go to the dance floor, I will cast the dancing lights spell around us, and orbs will sort of magically
Disco ball!
Stop
around
it.
us. Yes.
Magic divine disco ball. Okay, so from that, we then just see like a montage of dance scenes. We see Gelda dancing with Lipa. We see Ingvar dancing with Tor. Araya is still sleeping. Kurek. Dara actually gets up to dance at some point. One of the
Let's go.
I think Dara dances with probably some of the Nornir, maybe even one of the dwarves, and
Oh yeah.
he's just, there is such a pure sense of joy from him. This elderly, sick but vibrant bearfolk, whose deep amber eyes evoke as much compassion as they do sorrow. Just equal measure of both. And I have one last scene, maybe two. I just remembered. Penelope's there too. She shows up eventually.
She can join the dwarvish dancing. It's like very spinny. A lot of like holding each other and spinning.
Ooh. She's absolutely going to be a part of that.
Bro,
Let's
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go. There's a
sorry,
bear, a
misunderstood.
Huldrefolk, Tor, and a bunch of other dwarves, and an old lady.
This sounds like an old joke.
Yes, truly.
It does.
And they walked into many bars because they're
Yes.
drunk.
Yes.
As you dance and you're doing this spinny Dwergrian dwarf like dance, Penelope, this little old lady with a little sass, a lot of sass, as she is dancing, you notice something similar to Ingvar's dancing lights. There is almost a radiant glow around wherever she is dancing as the light spins around and around like the hands of a clock. And what I would love to do now is going to consider this like downtime. We are going to discover what happens next. You have time to prepare before you go on your next adventure and find out the source of this thing or where to go. And we'll say that at some point you do speak with Penelope and she's able to give you a lot of information. She knows something about everything, this woman. But we'll get to that later. So that's where your quest is probably going to come from. But I'll ask, Tor, before you leave, do you return to Underheim? And do you invite your friends?
Ooh. He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to.
No.
Okay.
He doesn't want to go home.
Tell me why.
Because it is easy to be surrounded by people that don't know what you're supposed to be. So you get to just be yourself.
So, either this night or one of the nights following, you are meeting with Penelope. She has a conversation with you. So, Thor, what is next for you? Are you going to visit your family before you leave?
I have sent word.
Sent word. One eyebrow raises.
More than one word. It was a fully written letter I can write.
That is good.
And they've been informed of everything they need to know. So it's good. And they know that I'm doing what I must, so. And he's like nervously, like kind of like hitting the table, like like just needs to do something.
Little fidget, yeah.
Yeah.
To paint the scene, I'm going to say that all of you are having an evening meal with Penelope. She is now pulled toward to the side to have a quiet conversation, but it is a small hut, a small little home. Kurik and Daro were absolutely invited. And as you say this, she nods. I see. And do you believe that it is the Dwergrian way to believe you must be one role defined by others?
Tor does not compute, I think. Like, fully, like, wait, no. Don't try to teach me a lesson.
As she gets, like, deer in the headlights vibe from you, she goes, all right, and hits one hand on the table. I believe it is time. So she stands up. All of you can come. As you know, I have been here for a very long time. I have lived amongst the people of Bensa for many years. But it is not where I'm from. Surprise! I know. So tricky.
Yeah, no one thought you were from here, dear.
What? No,
My dear, I'm having a moment.
Sorry.
The young, they never listen. Here is the thing. All of you were brought together for this great purpose. But your paths are not defined. You must define them. This is so difficult to explain. I must actually reveal so much. You see her grow much stronger, much taller, and you see, forming behind her, golden angelic wings begin to apparate.
I immediately like lock onto Araya.
Yeah, I'm like also like, is this your cousin? What's going on?
I was like, she's trying to steal my my shtick.
She goes, that's better. And her form, the elderly aged crone kind of drops away, and before you see an angel. You see intricate patterns in her woven garb of clockwork and staves and time. She nods to Zapian. I have looked after you for a very long time, my dear. But I am not the only one. I am but a messenger of Rava. And all of you are on your way to a great destiny. Tor, do you think I have only ever stayed in Norengard? Do you truly believe that I haven't traveled all of Quel'th in my time amongst mortals?
I'm gonna be honest, ma'am, I don't know what I believe anymore.
You look around, you see her home filled with perfectly, expertly, lovingly crafted clockwork and gadgets and tapestries. I have been to the mountain. I know what they stand for. And your father would want to see you in person.
All right, if it is meant to be.
She looks to all of you, gauging your responses. I could take on the funny voice if that helps.
No, it's weird now.
My attention has shifted from Araya to Tor, but I'm addressing Penelope, or the person who has been masquerading as Penelope, and just say, you would take her from us.
Oh. You would go with her. For the only way that, in my experience, you learn and you grow is through new journeys, new peoples, new ways of living, new beliefs. That is how you always progress forward. So you would learn from the mountain. Then I have some quests that I might ask you to go on. Places within the labyrinth that are in need of your light.
Zapian steps forward at this, and you would send Noranir into the labyrinth.
Why not? We are all connected, Zapian. You must know that.
Connected or not, you would not throw a babe into the flames. Would you?
Will not. Would you? And
No.
she looks at you kind of laughing with that. She's watched the way that Zapian moves through the world. Only nights ago, put Araya to bed like a babe and told her, and told Kurak that he'll have to figure it out. She knows. She knows you at your core. Sometimes you must learn.
Well, it's no fun being on this side of that conversation. Don't particularly care for it, actually.
Each of you already possesses more strength, more ambition, more trust and love and light than many heroes ever find. You will be fine. You will work together. You will lean on each other. And you will not be alone. So yes, I would throw you into the labyrinth if I must. But I know that you will find something great there.
Araya bends the knee to this angel, her being someone, she's almost like a Valkyrie, she's close to the gods and the heralds, that she goes, by the high winds, this one did walk beside a herald without knowing. This one offers the honor, winged messenger. But, pray thee, thou didst wear humble raiment among us. Why thou test and not come forthcoming?
She leans in, and with loving eyes, she looks at you, Araya. Why did this one hide for so long?
This one was in shame, not worthy of, just not worthy.
I will stop you there, because to you, you are not worthy. But Wotan still watches you, young one. And she looks to Ingvar. He watches you as well. He has heard your cries. You have this sense, Ingvar. The gods that exist here, this is just one world. And perhaps you will find more information about who you refer to as Otar in other realms. And perhaps he still lives in another part of himself, another fragment of his being. But he watches you.
I kneel in front of this angel and I say,
Why do you keep doing that? I really need to drop. This is why I don't do the whole thing.
it's unbelievable that I have not seen the divinity within you this whole time. You illuminate new ways for me, and I'll stand up. I stand up and sort of brush myself off.
Goodness, she sits down.
Penelope,
Tries to tuck her wings back.
Miss Penelope, Your Grace,
Lord, are we all going to be falling over ourselves?
This is thank you, Zabian.
Yes,
This is exactly why I don't do it. She drops the whole. She shapes again into the little old lady. This is much easier for me.
I think it is still prudent of us to show reverence. You honor us with that form, and it deserves us showing awe and respect. So I will do as you say and return to common tongue, but you have illuminated a new path I have not seen this day.
Well, that is why I'm here. Now, if we are done with the being awestruck with the glowing wings, I'll have you know I very much enjoy weaving. I very much enjoy staying in my little home, in my little shop with my little clockwork gadgets. It's fun. Also, humans are hilarious. It's very fun to play tricks on them. That's why I chose the tricksters market to begin with. But I digress. I can help you to reach Underheim in a shorter time. And after that, I would offer you paths of adventure. There are many factions within the labyrinth that need your help, all of which are working to fight against the void in their own way. But how you choose, that's up to you.
Zapian is at a loss for words, which is a very unusual occurrence. She usually has something snarky or smart, usually snarky, to say in most situations. And she sort of stutters for a moment and she goes, I just find it difficult to process that the people of the Elswither and beyond are in need of the help of the mortals of Norengard. Send me, send Koruk, send Araya even, but do not send the babes into this.
Yes, please, Tor.
It's... No, never mind. And he sits back down.
I think there was something you maybe wanted to say. This time you can. This is the moment.
Well, my people are often underestimated, literally. And age doesn't work for us like it works for all mortals, and it doesn't make sense, does it? We all fight for the same goal, and we all have the same lifetime, even if it is no longer. All of our time is meaningful. What better way to fight for our people is there? Should we just not care? I refuse.
Tor, it's not underestimating you or...
I can punch harder than you, and sometimes you gotta punch someone.
I don't disagree. Tor, this means giving yourself up. If you agree to this, if you send yourself into the wilds of the labyrinth, you may not come back. Is that really the pyre you want to throw yourself on? Do you not have people, things here you care about?
Esteemed Zapian. And like Tor is reminded of that first time that we met in the middle of the mountains of nowhere all the way up north, a bunch of, young, barely adult dwarves. Like, it just feels like it's surprising that you do not realize this, because this has always been obvious to, I think, every one of the dwarves on that expedition. This has always been true for those who have chosen my path. This is not new. I'm just going on a new road.
Raya steps up towards Tor And it seems at first that she's agreeing with Zapin as she goes, "Mighty Jafalcon, this labyrinth is not merely stone and shadow. It is a thing that learns thee. It will test thy temper, tempt thy pride, and offer thee shortcuts wrapped in teeth. But hear this one, and hear this one well. Thou art made for easy, simple roads. No, thou art a battlesmith. Thou dost not fear pressure. Thou become something finer beneath it. Let the maze squeeze," she does, looking at everyone and looking at Zapian. "It will not break thee. It will only reveal what thou hast already forged. A mighty gerfalcon that stalks its prey. I trust thee with this one's own life."
Are you speaking to Thor or to Zapian?
Yeah.
Oh
This is
shit,
two-
I'm the mighty
No, that's to you,
Falcon?
baby.
Yeah, you're the mighty gerfalcon. Zapian's
Oh.
the jackdaw.
You even got mining metaphors in there. Let's go.
No, I know. I was like, wait, this sounds like it's dwarf.
Korok points to Tor, like points over to Tor and turns toward Tor. "Are your people gerfalcons?"
No, dwarves.
Is that another word for dwarf here?
Kuruk, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what it means.
Do you know what a thunder rock is?
No. I do not. These people speak in riddles, and I am not smart enough to understand.
There is. I have much to learn. I will only say this to you all. You all understand sacrifice. What is necessary? What may be lost? I think we all understand what this could cost. And are we willing to take those risks, to take those costs upon ourselves? My answer is yes.
And mine.
I'll look to Ingvar.
The answers I seek are beyond these walls. The walls of these realms do not serve me anymore. We must venture forth.
I will take my time, let my gaze fall on everyone in the room, ending with Tor. And I will look you in the eyes and just say, since you have turned the will of the group against me in this matter, I will- I will follow your wisdom, and into your hand, I drop the final rock.
Yay!
And with that, each of you hold a very special token, a clockwork creation made by an angel of Rava, who she does reveal to you as well, Ingvar, that you would know her best as Zirth. And she thanks you for your worship, but more than worship, your interest in learning. Because that is more important to Rava. Discovery, knowledge, and the bravery to try something new. And we'll find out what those clockwork creations do mechanically at a later time. But each of them refuse to remain in a fixed position. They constantly shift ever so slightly, almost imperceptibly. And they will shift with your intention as you each create something and put something into the world that you feel the world needs. And next time, when we visit our heroes, we will find out which adventure path they chose. And perhaps even start with a little homecoming at Underheim. But until then...
Wait, is this a Thunder Rock?
Maybe.
Yes, Korok, that is a Thunder Rock. Good job, you did it.
And with that...
I as an aside to Araya, I'm like, never
please.
tell him.
Never tell him. Never tell him. And on that never tell him aside, the camera fades to black. And from all of us at A Tale of D20s to all of you, from the first chapter to the last page, spread love, be kind, and we'll see you next time. But before you go, we're gonna stick around for a couple minutes, and we're gonna go over our. We're gonna. You guys feel free to go, but if you want to stay and see our honor questions, we're gonna be here for like 2 minutes doing that. Otherwise, we love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So, my friends, do we want to answer the honor questions? Do you already know if
Yes.
you've moved up? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ingvar, tell us, what do you think about your honor? Have you gone up? Have you gone down? What's going on?
Absolutely went down. 100%.
ouch.
100% went down. He is, honor to him is mercy, and that is the furthest thing that he showed to Araya. He screamed in her face and said she was the plague bearer to our worlds. Like, literally,
You
absolutely.
did it. You did that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No. So today, and kudos to you, Marie. I was like, we're always gonna go up. This is so crazy. Like, we're never gonna go down. No. So today, yes.
I will tempt you.
Absolutely did not. Yeah, he failed his honor today. So
I very much respect that decision as a player and character, though. That's a wonderful turn. It's always good to see inter-party conflict play out the way it did.
Right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. And I think another like behind the scenes picture is like I was joking with them. I was like, we need a little drama, we need a little spice. And like I, felt like we could have carried along, but like it was just too perfect to not like have that moment, and it felt right. And I'm so glad it played out that way. But this goes to just, kudos to Omar. I've been playing with him for a very long time, so I knew he would pick that up and run with it too. So good.
You both
Yeah.
did wonderfully. That was very well done.
Yeah, and with Kat too, that was fantastic. Thanks for the rebound and catching me as I plummeted.
Yemen, get your shit together.
It was a beautiful scene. I loved it. It was so good.
Yes. Anybody else already know your answer?
Yes.
Oh, everybody.
Kat, go for it.
Everybody's
No,
ready.
Go ahead, Tor.
Going up as well.
Cool.
Accomplished the mission, protected the home, helped people, went above and beyond to help. I think there's a little voice in the back of his head that's like, Sapien was mad at me. And also Penelope that was like, why are you avoiding your parents? But it's still not done in necessarily dishonor, just cowardice, which is not the same thing exactly for
Yeah.
Tor. So up technically.
I love it. Sapien?
I think Sapien went down.
Woo! Tell us why.
2 reasons.
Okay.
One was the thing with Araya, and doing the kind of covert espionage on the chains, because I don't think that in consciousness she would have been stoked about that. So that was, not super chill. And then the other thing was deceiving Tor at the end, in an effort to goad him into standing up to me.
Bastard!
God, I love Sapien so much. I know I've been handing out luck points. By the way, if I didn't give you one already, just today was so amazing. Please at least add 1 luck point to your sheet for literally everyone, because the role playing tonight, oh my god, crazy. But Sapien, that's hilarious. I love it.
That's so good.
And I love you.
Do it anytime.
Do what I can.
Korak.
No movement.
No, we have to
No,
do
I
stuff.
don't. No. I don't feel like Kuruk did or said anything that was outside or was above and beyond like his personage. Like
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
you
today
already
was.
got a free pass for episode 1.
I know, but a lot of today was Kuruk learning, I think, about the people around him, and not necessarily about advancing something. I mean, Kuruk's plan was already to try and fight the incursions, right? So, like, the fact that are planning, or that we're going to do that is nothing different than he was already planning.
Yes.
Yes,
But,
Tor.
Tor.
Can
Yes.
I ask something then?
Yeah.
Because like Marie said, we have to change. If someone had acted the way Kuruk had acted, would Kuruk have been like, that's good or that's bad? If he had looked at it from the outside, how
If
does
you
he
were an
feel
outside
about
observer, yeah.
Well, that's the trick, because to Kuruk, if someone else had acted like Kuruk did, Kuruk would just be like, I get it.
Here's what I'm going to sprinkle in here.
Okay.
At the beginning of this, I insisted every single player tell me their code of honor. And you know what you told me? You don't know. You told me you don't freaking know. And so you did. I have the Discord message to prove
Oh no,
it.
you don't gotta.
I got
You don't
receipts.
gotta. You don't gotta go back to the receipts. I'll own up to
So-
that. I own up to
She
that.
will. You know she will.
I've got no
will.
doubt.
Post them.
So here's what I will tell you.
Yeah.
Is that to me, what I am perceiving as the sort of arbiter of this little world, when I hear you say,
Yes,
I don't think
arbiter.
Kuruk knows, right? And also each episode sort of like, I am fighting against what is right and what is duty, and I don't know which one's right. And so
Well,
I hear Kuruk
that was a first episode, like
It is.
honor duty, because he's made the decision and now he's sticking to his guns, as it were.
But more than that, I think he's still figuring out how to define his honor. And what you all know is that forces in the worlds watch you even when you don't know they're there. And they've been watching you.
Creeps.
So if you can't decide whether you're going to go up or down, I am going to decide whether you went up or down based on who's watching you most closely and what values you're upholding.
Can I also say, as a fellow party member, or sprinkle on this too, I would say, let me ask the question, do you think that, is it dishonorable? So like you said, he's staying the path, but now he's choosing to learn and to, absorb who we are as a party in a world. Do you consider those honorable actions, or would that be something that you still culturally feel is wrong to try and learn from someone else and use that as a decision for today? Because then
that's a good point. I mean,
then
I feel
that's
like
in the
those-
frame of your today, you know what I mean? So are you acting honorably based on your values?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
fe-
dishonorable to learn and sorry, go ahead, I'm cutting you off.
No,
now.
no, you're not cutting me off. I'm cutting you off.
We all have so many feelings.
No, that was a very good way to kind of to frame the question. I think that, an outsider coming into a situation and choosing to learn about the people that he has decided to defend is something that is honorable. And letting those people make their decisions without trying to force his will upon them is also an honorable thing. So I will say yes, then his honor did go up.
Love it. Thank you, everyone, for contributing to make Michael play the game.
Everyone bully Michael. Make a choice, up or down.
Make him play the game. I made a cool game. Ingvar. Did you already do yours?
I did mine. Mine was first.
Okay, Araya,
Mine was
did you do yours?
I did not. I believe I'm the last one.
Yeah, I think Omar is yes.
I think 100%. So like she went down, then she went up a little bit, and I feel like now she went up even more. I think this was like an official up. She owned herself. She was like felt down. She got called out. She met Kuruk, forgave him, but the bond, gave him a name, Thunder Rock, and I wanted something that powerful and bare, and I'm like, what's in like the Tales of the Valiant D&D kind of world, TTRPG world? I'm like, oh, a bird is a rock. I'm like, there you go. So.
I love it. I love it, and I also love being able to play with it. Like, what is Araya talking about? What is this one talking about?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I love that.
So
I love this.
It's
this
so
is going to
good.
be a running theme, and I love this gag. I love this little
So
bit
good.
we're working.
We love a theme.
Love a theme.
I love that
We love a
avian
callback.
theme. And like she was able to have that moment. So I was trying to figure out what would be a good, especially because you said we had nights that we're going to go through, and like we're facing the darkness. She would have to come clean at some point. So being able to have that moment, got called out, and then got defended against, and then felt that, and then even though she got really drunk and she had that camaraderie with Kurik, maybe some shipping, I don't know, we'll see. Bird and bear. So,
I'm the one who called that. I'm sorry.
Are we going to make the first owl bear in Norengard? Is that what's about to happen?
Yes.
Raven bear? Oh dear lord.
yes.
I love it.
I'm here for that.
I've never needed something to happen so much.
So yeah, definitely went up, and like I love that the whole her wings are looser now, because then who knows, maybe there'll be a moment when they finally come out, or who knows, like I can't wait. I haven't really planned anything, but if the RP and the fiction goes that way, I would love to see how she finally gets a chance, if she gets a chance to break those wings, if she doesn't like shoot down in her honor. So I think the more honorable she gets, the closer she'll get to actually using her wings, and I can get my 40 speed of flight movement. But until then.
Till then, you walking on them legs.
I'm walking on
I
Deer
do.
flags.
I truly love it so much. I love that you, the player, made a choice that de-optimizes you from the gate. You were just like, I can't use my flight. And I'm like, oh, I love it. I'm here for it. All right.
Now I get to wait for Kirk to be like, yes, wrap those velvety wings around me.
This is the after hours show.
This is, yeah. This is
Wyrd
definitely.
Roads after dark. Let's get weirder.
This is when we get weirder. Actually, yeah. Brand it, cut, print.
Your
Let's get
talons
weirder.
are so sharp against my skin.
No! Time out.
Insane.
I need at least 2 more episodes of build up, please.
Io needs a slow burn.
I'm sorry for me.
Your sport excites me.
Are indeed out. We are out.
Holy crap.
I mean, look, we really delivered, I feel like, on the promise of today's episode, which was what rails. So, I mean, I said it at the top, and then we delivered, right? I hope we did. So, I think that wraps up all of our
Oh, it
end
can
of
get
session.
weirder.
I know.
And
but
it
then
will. That's a
Careful.
guarantee.
We're gonna stray into a Tale of OnlyFans territory if we keep going. We have to stop.
Hey, wait, but is there money in it?
Maybe. We don't know. All right. Thank you to all of our partners. Thank you to all of our viewers. Everybody who joined into the chat, we freaking appreciate you so much. This was so much fun, volleying back and forth and getting tips from a literature student. And like, honestly, I'm just here for it. You know, Isaac,
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it. Maybe next week I'll call myself the DM, just for you. But until then, we are about halfway through our limited series of Wyrd Roads, so expect things to get crazy. 'cause
Limited?
they're-
Question mark?
I mean, limited, like, it's pretty exclusive and short. So, we'll see. But anyway, I think I'm done. I'm gonna throw it over to Tailweaver. Please make me stop talking. Cue the outro or say whatever you're gonna say. And then we
Cue the outro.